G'day folks. I've set up the new electronic ignition. I've got the advancement where I want it. So look guys, just before I go on about this video, I just want to let you all know that, and you probably know anyway, but what I'm about guys is just keeping this old school. For me, I grew up, you see, in the 70s and 80s, and I really sort of started playing with cars in the late 80s and onwards. So I've got a lot of old school in me, if you get what I mean guys. I sort of haven't gone down that road of high tech with fuel injection, all that sort of jazz. So what we're doing with this ignition system is we're keeping it old school. Now it's a dying art, you know. There's not many people, and to be honest I don't know of anyone else, especially with the boosted scene, that's sort of playing around with the old school stuff still. It's easy to go and set up fuel injection, go and put in you know, with your electronic sort of whiz-bang ignition system, and you can sort of play around with your tune that way. But for me, it's a little bit more hands-on guys. You've really got to get a deep understanding of mechanical sense, and you've actually got to do physical adjustments to make it all work. Yes, it may not be the perfect solution for the ultimate horsepower. There is a certain amount of sacrifice, but to be honest guys, I'm making all the power I ever want, and I'm making it reliable too. I haven't had a big failure. I haven't blown an engine up, popped a couple of gaskets early on in the day, but I've really been, as far as ignition and fueling goes for a boosted motor, I've really been on the money with it. And I sort of want to show you guys that you can do it. If you want to dabble in this sort of stuff, but you don't want to go down the road of fuel injection, this is the way to go guys. And that's why I'm throwing it out there, so you guys get a bit of an idea on the old school side of turbocharging and what it takes to set up a basic ignition system and to make it foolproof and work well and save yourself a lot of money at the end of the day guys, because if you can do it all yourself, you're not having to throw money away to tuners, you're not having to go out and get expensive equipment to set up. It's pretty simple and it's very rewarding with the results that I've had anyway. I find it fantastic. Alright, enough of that little babble. I've set it up, so I've got my 4 degrees, and I'll show you what I did. So, there you go guys. Look at that. I'll move it on the weights. I actually, it's perfect. I can't believe it. I actually fluked it the first time. I know when I did the other one, I had a few goes at it, and I had to do a lot of filing and mucking around to sort of get it to work. But this time, I think a little bit of experience comes into play, guys. It all helps. Alright, I'll show you what I've done. Now, I've ended up putting a dab of a TIG weld on this one. This is the actual softer spring, and it just seemed to work that way a lot better. And what I've gone and done is, you've still got advancement, but it's on this side. So there you go. So that's the advancement. That'll still come out and give you that little bit of curve that you need. It's very soft. I've cleaned it all up and lubed it all up, and that's it guys. Look, that will give you your advancement. It's bloody simple, you know. It's a brilliant little design, but you've got to close it right down for success. It's as simple as that. You can't have it you know, like it was before. It was actually 14 degrees. So what's that tell you? That's 28 degrees advancement on this. So unbelievable. It was. Coupled with the vacuum advance, which I've got rid of, now we're spot on. We should all come in at around 2,500 revs total timing. It feels very soft, so my experience is telling me that it'll all come in around the 2,000. And I'll show you that, guys, when I go to time it all up. I'll show you the advancement. You can see it on the light as it just ramps. But that's it. That's perfect. Can't ask for more than that. Awesome. All right. Well, that's the advancement set up. Now, I'll show you what else I've done, guys. I got talking to Blair Fraser, a bit of a guru on the ignition systems and the little tricks that you can do. And what he suggested I do is ditch the module and run just with the, well, I've got to run this anyway, and run with the reluctor only, just plugged into the MSD off these two wires here. Now this will spin, and what this is set up off the vacuum advance. So what I've gone and done, I've actually gone and used the T-Rex glue, and I've glued it up. So I'm still drying, and you've got to line it up on your screws, so when you assemble it again, you can line, you can get your Allen key back down in through there and bolt it all together again. But that's nice and solid, and the bit of advancement will come through once I've got this top disc in. That'll give me the advancement I need, the sort of the 6 to 7 degrees. So I'm going to run it without the module. Now I'll show you the wiring diagram, which is quite successful. This is on the MSD pamphlet that I got. This is for an electronic using the magnetic pickup trigger. As you can see there, you use the green and violet wire. So very simple. Very simple. So it's going to be awesome, guys. And look what else I did to mod it. Now this is the plate. I was actually going to cut it off. This is the plate the module sits on. I decided just to leave it for now. And what I've gone and done, it just came to me and I thought, well, that'd be a great heat exchanger. So I've gone and sort of finned it. Sliced sort of bit off underneath it, create more surface area, so we'll get a bit of a cooling effect with that plate sticking out the side there. Now what I had to do, guys, as well, I had to do a little bit of grinding and cleaning it up, because the manifold that I've got, well, the heads that I run are lifted up. And what happens is it lifts the manifold up, and I have to do a little bit of grinding around here to clear it. So there's a little bit of prep work and just getting this organised to get it set up. But it should be unbelievable now. Like, as far as simplicity goes, guys, it's just a matter of putting it all back together, hooking it up to the two wires off the reluctor, rather than running the module box, deleting that. And now that I've set my static up around sort of 13 degrees, 13 to 20 degrees, and I'll be back in business. So, and like I said in the other video, if I want to improve on this, which I may do in time, I can get the MSD, it's an adjustable timing graph. So basically just lock it off so there's no advancement in the distributor, and I can use the advancement off the MSD box and play around with that if I do so. So yes, there's options there, still keeping it very affordable and very easy to work on, guys. That's what I love about it. Alright, well, it's just a little update on the modifying of the electronic ignition for boosted engines. You could apply this, guys, to Chevy, Ford, any other sort of system, Chryslers. As long as it's sort of simple setup like this, you can do a bit of modifying and you know, have it boost compatible. It's not hard. Alright guys, I'll pop one up soon. Catch yous later.